reclaim polluted water lakes. Whole lakes, utterly devastated by environmental pollution, have been reclaimed in 3 years by introducing restructured water. Everything not only has structure, like water has structure and memory in a sense, but what if there are actual pictures and memories in the water, just like our heads, our brains, as Kurt Wuthrich says, the Nobel Prize winner, your head is full of water, which is that where the memories are. Human beings hear between 20 and 20,000 hertz, so we don't actually hear the sound of the sun. The sun does make a sound as it moves through the fabric of space, but it's so quiet that when NASA recorded it in deep space, they compressed or concentrated the waves into the audible spectrum. The researchers are astounded, David. They're telling me they've never seen anything. They've never seen water restructured to this level of absolute perfection. It is so incredible. When I got the photograph, and they just gave it to me recently, and the energetics data, which apparently was off the chart. There was no technology, there was no system known to humanity that could restructure water to the level that this sound could do.
So what can we learn from this? The study of cymatics has shown us that energetically we must increase our vibrations in order to evolve. And through the crystallization of water, we can see that when water is given love or a vibration harmonious to nature, it is much more complex and symmetrical. From this we can conclude that nature itself is love, and that love is the key to increasing our vibrations, thus furthering our evolution.
Junk DNA, what we really should call it, is the kingdom of heaven.
Now we know, our own researchers have validated that what we've always believed was a fixed code of DNA is not fixed. We live a variable code of DNA. It's like we came into this world with very specific parameters preset at the factory, if you will. Factory options. And as we come to terms with what life offers to us, we have the opportunity to turn on new patterns, to turn on new codes.
It's clear that it is some kind of a language or code that is buried in junk DNA. Now, that information is what you and I and William and all of us are moving toward accessing. We will crack the code. And when you do totally crack the code, you literally change your body's nature.
And it turns out the mind is what's above the genes. And it's the mind that controls the genes. And when people in the world can own this, not as, well, that's a neat idea, but as a fact, then it says, well, if you want to change your life, and you want to express different characters or traits, then it's incumbent upon you to know that your mind is involved with actually creating that ability, that behavior, that genetic expression that allows you to control what you want in your life. So we go from victim to master in this new biology.
Within just recent years, through the HeartMath Institute, people like Dan Winter working with HeartMath, what has been discovered is that there is a switch that turns off and turns on where those coding sites lie, and that the switch for that turning off and turning on is what we call emotion. And this is the first time that we've ever seen the patterns of emotion directly physically linked to human genetic material. So what I'm saying is this. When you look at the double helix, the green is the double helix of the DNA on this image. What Dan Winter says is the long wave of emotion programs this shorter wave of DNA. So emotion, the long wave, the long red wave of emotion, wherever this wave of emotion touches, where it crosses this double helix, is what determines where the site is that code will either be turned off or turned on. If we're going to have an antenna at this site, it will only be turned on if the wave of emotion crosses this double helix.
The reason, or one key reason, why the imposition of fear and the manipulation of fear has been imposed upon the human race all these thousands of years since this control began is because it comes from a level of knowledge that understands how these things work.
Your body is a mechanism that can take you back and forth in time and enable you to physically cross the universe. It is the most powerful piece of technology that has ever existed in this universe.